And hello, everybody. Welcome to another Sharing Your Journey series. So today I have Mr. Anonymous, and just for personal reasons, we've decided to blur him out because why not? I mean, at the end of the day, we like to cater for everybody here. So I'm not going to yabble on too much. So I would like to pass over to Mr. Anonymous for him to basically share his hosiery journey and everything about it.
Yeah, so my journey started about 8 or 9 years ago. I'm not quite sure. I'm 21 now, so I'm still quite young. And I must have been 12 or 13 when I've had like my first
Oh, wow.
experience like wanting to wear, because the fascination, if you will, started like when I was seven, maybe 7 or 8. But really, when I got into like high school, it really started to dawn on me like, hey, I want to try this as well, because I wouldn't know what you call it like abroad, but like during Christmas time, we had this like prom, I guess, Christmas prom,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw all these girls wearing them, and I loved the way they looked, the shine, etc. It's like, okay, and it's like, well, what does it feel like? Not just to touch when someone else is wearing it, but by myself. And when you're 12 or 13, you're like, what am I gonna do? You're like a bit stuck. You don't know what to do. So like every boy, what I would presumably did is I wore my mom's like, what do you call them? Not pantyhose with tights, but like, without the stockings. That's the word. Like
Yeah.
I started wearing them, and I was like, okay, this is nice. And then when I was either 14 or 15, I asked a classmate, really nice. He was like, hey, I got something to tell you. And I was like, but I'm too nervous to buy them myself. I was like, do you want to buy them for me? And she was like, real chill about it. Yeah, sure, no problem. And that's when I really started to experiment with,
Mm.
different types, different kinds, colors, because I've got a bit darker skin. I don't really like nude, so I mostly wear black.
Yeah.
And that's like the journey I've been on ever since. And then when I was either 18 or 9, like I wore tights like every time I could, mostly.
Mm.
And when I was 17, I started to wear them under my jeans to school. And then I told a really good friend of mine that I wore them, and she was totally cool with it. And then when I was 19 or 20, I started to get into Wolford and all the really expensive brands, and that's where
Yeah.
I'm at now. So yeah, that's been my journey so far, and I keep it a total secret from everybody, apart from one friend in my life, because I'm still quite young, and I'm. It may sound weird, but I feel like it could shut down certain connections I've got at the moment, because some people of
Yeah.
my age might be like, "What's wrong with you?" And it's like I prefer it just to keep it to myself and that one friend, because I'm happy the way it is right now. Do I want to share it in the future? Probably I do, yes, but I probably with the right people. And it's not like I go willy nilly to everybody, yo, listen up, this is what I do. That's not
Yeah.
something that's not something I do. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you've got any questions, I'd love to hear them. But
Yeah. Just it's. I don't know. Just hearing that, I feel I can understand everything. I totally get that because the fact that you're
mm,
young and there could be so many different things around it. I mean, just out of curiosity, it could be cultural because we've had that before. It could be because
mm,
of your age, everything about it. But it makes me really sad. It actually makes me
yeah,
really sad to hear because you think because the whole thing when I talk to people and I talk to everybody, I say that in every video at the moment. I talk to so many people, but it is they're normally older and they're like, oh, in this day and age now,
yeah,
everything's becoming a bit more accepted. Like we've got
yeah,
pansexuals, we've got all these different types of genders. So surely this could be something that hopefully would not have so much of a stigma attached. But then it's just hearing your story and the fact that you are still really, really young
yeah,
and you're still having to hide it because of certain things.
yeah,
It
exactly.
is
Yeah.
it's sad.
It's
It's
like,
it's so sad.
yeah, and maybe it's like a generation difference, because
Mm,
um certain people, like, not calling older people old, but they're around older people who have started to loosen up as well. But my age, like between now, like 18, my age and further, they may still be a bit in that mindset of it doesn't fit within the line, so it's a bit odd. And I feel like a lot of people of my age are still living with that mindset, and older people are letting go of that idea.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can understand that because it is because one thing I've always noticed, especially obviously with men and hosieries, you've got, it's bad to say two types, but you've got two different, there's
Worlds.
analogies, let's say analogies.
Yeah.
You've got somewhere it's very much, no, do you know what? I want to try and like break the stigma. So, do you know what? I just want to go out there and be open, and it's going to be tough, but I want to hold my own. And then you've also got in a sense where it's like, oh, I want to be able to do that, but it's so hard because there's certain restrictions in my life,
Yeah.
whatever it may be, that is going to stop me. And it's just, yeah.
It's
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just,
because
yeah, I don't even know what to say because it's very different from what we've had on the series so far, because obviously everyone's being very out and open about it, and this is probably the first one I've come across, like, in the sense of, yeah, it's still hidden, and it's like, oh my gosh, this makes it just makes me so sad. It makes
yeah,
me so
because
sad.
it's like I want to be out there shouting it from the roof, for example, but
Mm,
the amount of backlash I'm
mm,
probably going to get is enormous.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's like, is this one tiny thing worth all
mm,
that trouble? Like, was it
yeah,
all worth it, if you will? If I
mm,
do, like, will I get what's the word? Not made fun of, but like ridiculed, if you will. Is that the right word?
mm,
Like, is that worth telling it? That's sort of the wall that I'm facing. That's the main
yeah,
question I'm playing around with in my head.
mm,
And obviously when I go to the store to buy Wolvers or whatever, it's like, oh, they for your girlfriend or your mum, or it's just, no, no, for
yeah,
myself. And then
yeah,
it's like, oh, but I do have to say all the people that I've ever gone to in a shop, they're very friendly and very helpful.
mm,
um, they don't look weird at all. They one even told me, yeah, you're not the first man to
yeah,
come here and buy them. That's something I do hear a lot. And so that's all. It's like a breath of fresh air, even if just for a few moments. But it does
mm,
feel nice that I can walk away with that feeling of, okay, some people can and will accept it. That's a very
yeah.
nice feeling.
Yeah, and you're not
And
being judged walking in thinking, oh, like, because obviously we've had it before where it's like they would walk it, people would walk in and be like, oh, is this for your wife? And you're like, no, and it's like, oh, and it's like, well, why? What's the need? Like, what
it's
is the
like,
need?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
You, yeah, and they've been very helpful for advice and all that stuff, and they've been very welcoming and very open. So it's like
mm,
I feel at ease, if you will,
yeah,
which is the nice thing. But there's still that sort of shunned, looked down upon feeling if I
mm,
wear them at home, because I've kept it a secret for 21, well, not 21, but like 8 to 9 years.
mm,
It's like, yeah, well, I don't know how to say it. It's like, it's my world, if you will. I've got this world, I've got this vision of the world that I want to share or be a part of, but I just can't, or just not yet anyway.
mm,
Maybe in 50 years time I'll be 71, maybe it'll be more open and not looked down upon as much. But for now, anywhere where
mm,
I'm not in the big city or whatever. I'm quite in a small town, so maybe that has to deal with it as well, that people aren't that
yeah,
open-minded.
yeah,
Because I feel that if you take Amsterdam, for example, people would not give a single toss, if you will. They wouldn't care at all. But here it's all very, yeah, not that religious stuff, but those types of people who are
mm,
very within the rules type of mindset. That's probably got something to do with it.
yeah,
But some parts of my journey have been very positive.
mm,
Um, it feels great, this love that you know you hear women say, oh, they're awful, they sang all the time, they rip, they rape. It was like, no, they're not. I prefer them over jeans or whatever. Like, you know, it's been such a wonderful journey of experiencing myself,
Yeah.
like discovering myself. That's been quite amazing and wonderful. I do have to say. But still, that longing or that feeling for wanting to do more, that's just not a
Yeah.
thing yet. So yeah.
No, I'm really glad to hear that.
Mm.
I think that's the one amazing positive I see is the fact that you're still able to, it's like how you say, discover yourself.
Because
And
I'm quite young
that,
still.
that is so important.
Yeah.
And the fact that you actually have somewhat of a support. I was going to say support network, but I'm sure it'll gradually get there. But at least you have some kind of support there as
Yeah,
well,
because
rather than
I've
no.
got this one friend who I've known for like, who I started to know when I was starting to experiment with the hosiery. It was like I told her when I was 16, like, oh, cool, fun,
Yeah,
interesting, something different. And I was like, okay, anything else you want to tell me? It's like, no, that's it, that's me. You know, that's the complete package
yeah.
you're gonna get. And she's been really supportive.
No,
So
I'm glad to hear that. I'm
mm,
really, really glad to hear that because I know so many people that they're doing it alone, and it is just
mm,
I can only imagine how difficult that is doing it alone compared to if you have someone there to be like, look, when you're with me, it's fine. Go slip into something that you're comfortable in,
yeah,
and
exactly.
let's just chill, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
because I've had her over many, many times. It's just like, if you want to wear them with shorts, fuck it. Sorry, swore.
that's
Just go,
okay.
just go ahead. You know, that's um, a liberating kind of feeling.
Mm,
And she's even gotten me a couple of pairs for as a gift, just random
yeah.
when she's come over, and it's like, and she was always like I don't know what to compare them with, but like the cheaper brands of hosiery, like you get
Mm,
for €2 or four maybe. It's like, okay, stop what you're doing, take them out, throw them away. We're gonna go right now and get you some good ones, and that's been really fun. Like being
yeah.
able to share this entire new world that they don't have to be uncomfortable, they don't have to rip easily. And whenever she's like, oh, I don't have any. It's like, okay, come with me. We're gonna go right now. And that's been super fun. Like
Yeah.
introducing someone to that world of more expensive hosiery, because most people wouldn't think of paying more than €10 for a pair.
Yeah, and I totally agree because I was exactly in the same boat. Like when I first started all this, like God, because I started wearing it when I was younger, but that was more for fashion purposes and because I wasn't
Mm,
allowed to like have bare legs if I was going to wear skirts. So that would be you have to wear tights or
mm.
something or whatever. So that's how I started mine. And I remember doing a whole comparison, and that's what got me to being a hosiery reviewer was because I went from ridiculous amounts that you would pay to 10p off eBay from China. And it's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
so
Yeah,
I'm glad
yeah,
to hear the fact that like you've had a really good experience with them. And it's not just you've started off really cheap and cheerful and you're in that category. You've actually broadened out to be like, oh yeah, and not many people do. So I applaud you. I applaud
because
you there.
it's even within Wolfen, I've tried multiples. I've tried the Neon 40s, I've tried the Sand Touch 20s, the
Mm,
Fatal Fit. Like I know what I want, I know what I like, and so it's been really fun. And it's even gotten to the point where if I see someone walking down the street, I can immediately recognize which ones they're wearing and how
yeah.
much they would cost, which is like, oh, I pity you, it's like they look,
Yeah.
but it's like, oh, you could have so much more, but it's like you're so close.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'm exactly the same when for instance, when I
Like,
go into London and it's like, oh girl, come on. Like, and some of them you're like, yeah, you
yeah,
wear some
it's
good
like
ones.
they've got
Yeah,
this amazing outfit on, but they've got like
yeah,
10 cent pair of tights. I was like, what are you doing? Come on, spend that extra bit of money.
yeah. It's
It's
like,
like,
why? Just
don't
why?
drop the ball. Don't drop the ball on that. No,
Yeah,
exactly. But that's, and it's always fun when I am with that friend and she's like, oh, I need to go to this store for some makeup. And it's like a general store. I don't know what you would call them. But it's like, when we walk down the legwear aisle or we walk past, it's like, oh, do we need to get something then? She nudges me and I was like, haha, funny. But, it's things like that that make me really happy and feel at ease because
yeah,
it's not this extra thing. It's just something, a
yeah,
part of me. She
yeah.
don't, she doesn't treat it as something special. It's just oh, you've got blonde hair, for example, and you've got black hair. Oh, you wear tights. It's, it's like
Yeah.
that. It's just not something that she's um conscious about. Like she just
Mm.
says it, it's like uh integrated now. So it's not really a thing of conversation anymore. It's
Mm.
just
Yeah.
it's just regular talk now, really. And it's been great so far, that experience with her and that journey. So
Yeah, no,
so there's
you can tell. You can tell. And it's it's so nice to hear. It's like how you say, like she makes it like a norm.
yeah,
It's nothing different to if two girls were gonna go out shopping, like, oh yeah, yeah, she'll go here and oh she'll go pick up this and not obviously
yeah,
saying the fact that like, you would identify as a woman, but do you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
just oh she'll go pick up this and oh da 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 rather than oh okay, right, yeah, like let's do it ninja style and it's just
yeah,
yeah.
no. Oh, but if, for example, she and I are going out shopping tomorrow, and she's like, I asked her, oh, can we go there? Yeah, sure, that's fine. It's like a hosiery store,
Mm,
and there's like, can we go there? Yeah, that's fine. Like
yeah.
it's not a point of doubt or that anymore. It was in the
Yeah.
beginning, like 5 years ago, but now she's completely fine with it, and that's been amazing to have at least someone by my side during
Yeah.
this. That's been a massive help, and obviously reading other people's experiences does really help as well. But it's not the same as experiencing it yourself.
Yeah.
That's something that kind of experience is one of a kind,
Mm.
and that's like it's a confidence booster. Because before I used to be like this uh, kid that wouldn't talk to the cashier at all. I was like, yeah, no, I buy them for myself. So
Yeah.
that's been really, really eye opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Just no, it's nice to hear. I've just got a
Mm.
question actually, because you mentioned like you obviously wore stockings, and I think you mentioned hold ups at one point. I think you're the only no, I can't say you're the only like, guy, but I know a couple of others, but it's very, very rare for someone to wear hold ups and stockings. I just wanted to ask, like, what's it like for you? Because obviously I know there's going to be a couple of people asking like, oh my god, like he's wearing stockings, that because I know a lot of men wear tights and maybe
Mm.
at a push hold ups, but just because of the silicone part and just say if they're keeping their natural hair because they don't want it known the fact that they're wearing hosiery. I know it can obviously with hair it can tug and
Mm.
all that, but in terms of like hold ups and stockings, what's it been like for you to wear and
No, it's been amazing. I love the way they look, they feel, they sit on my legs. It's just, yeah, feels nice to wear them for me. And like I do layering a lot. So what I
mm,
just sometimes do is tights, because I really like it when it's like really tight on my legs. So
yeah.
I would often wear just tights, hold ups or stockings, and then another pair of tights. And that's just how I usually yeah.
I'm gonna give
And
this.
yeah, no, really, it's like because I don't know why, but I really like the tight feel on my legs, like all the way around. Um, I don't know if it's support reason or whatever, but
Mm,
um, it's, yeah, I don't know. I just love the feel and the look. I love the look of it. That's a bit dark, and you can't really, because the thicker pair of tights, they often, I don't really like the texture. So
mm,
if I just layer multiple thin ones, I prefer the soft gliding texture of it.
yeah.
But yeah, I think I've worn stockings to school multiple times, like sneakily, of course. Same with tights as well. Does get a
Mm.
bit tricky when you've got a gym class, but I've managed to figure that out when I went to school. But yeah, it's I've had a couple close calls that I must add at home. Pretty funny, but I've never been caught so far.
Oh, okay. God, I was thinking, oh my God,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, because I was sitting in my chair here at home. My parents were having guests downstairs, and
Mm.
I had my headphones on, music on, and my dad came upstairs, didn't knock, or I saw the like light bleed around the door frame.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, and I was sitting here in just my tights, and I've got like over there, I've got another chair. I've got like a blanket. I rushed over, grabbed it, and threw it over my legs. I was like, "Hi, son. No, you fine? Yep, totally fine. Nothing to worry about." And then he left. I was like,
Oh my God. Oh my God. My
yeah,
heart
and
was
that's
just bounding and thinking, oh my God, what's gonna happen?
and that's like the closest I've ever been to being caught. But
Wow.
so far, I've been a master of sneaking. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I've got like I've got some hidden on the attic. I've got some hidden under my bed, hidden in my what do you call it? A closet?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
closet. Yeah. So I've got them hidden all over the place, but they've never been found. So yeah,
Oh
yeah, it's
wow.
been yeah, and I've worn them. I really like that feeling of wearing them when around people that don't know
Mm,
that I wear them. So I wear them under my jeans
yeah.
when my parents are also downstairs, and that's like a great feeling as well.
Yeah. It's like your own little secret, isn't it? And it's
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
nice like that when it's like that sometimes. You just think, because I'm like that in a really nice pair of stockings, like a vintage pair. And it's
yeah.
like, just say if I'm wearing like a midi dress or something, and
Hmm.
it's like my little secret, nobody knows.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
But yeah,
oh, if I'm wearing them out in the city or whatever, and I see a couple of girls wearing them, I walk behind them. It's like, oh, you should. Oh, you don't even know, and that
yeah,
I'm wearing, and that's like a great feeling. It's like, oh, wouldn't you like to know? You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like that's such, yeah, it's fun. That's like the only word I can describe. It's fun. Yeah,
Mm. No, I'm glad.
yeah,
I'm really glad. So I've just got like, obviously, a last question for you that I normally ask
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
At the end of their little episode. So if you could leave a message for the people who are watching, because obviously we're building a nice community here and getting loads of different feedback, whether it's public or private. Um,
Mm.
so if you could leave a message for the people watching, what would your message be?
If I had one message for everyone, just keep doing what makes you happy, even if it's in secret. Because in the end, it doesn't matter if it's secret. If it makes you happy, that's all that matters.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that, and I vouch for that because I'm living by that motto at the moment a lot.
Hmm.
Like, if it makes you happy, then do you know what? Just do it. It's
Yeah,
life's too short in a sense. Is how I
right.
see it. So yeah,
Like
I like that.
I'm of the opinion that even if the world looks down upon men wearing hosiery, I feel like we should still do it in secret because at the end of the day, we don't harm anyone.
Yeah.
So we can do it in secret, and I do it at home all the time. So
Mm, yeah, I'm hoping one day we'll get to see you out and about, and it's like, yes, we're
I mean,
embracing this. Hopefully
I
one
mean,
day.
hopefully once someday, one day. That's a song title, but it's a nice thought.
Yeah.
Someday, one day, maybe. But I take loads of what I used to on my old Instagram account because I had about 10K followers, but it got taken down because I was posting pictures of myself wearing them with outfits, blurred face, of course. But
Yeah.
then one day it got taken down, but I've met some people through that as well. But I still take pictures regularly of outfits, which I mean, it's when I can't wear them, I look at the pictures for a burst of happiness
Mm,
that I do wear them and that I can wear them, and so it's like a little memory that I can take with me everywhere because obviously we have our phones all the time with us, but it's like I still love doing that. So yeah, that's all I've got to
I like
tell
that.
probably about yeah. So
Yeah.
I've got like 1,200 pictures of myself. Not to inflate my
Not a bad
ego too
thing.
much, but
Not a bad thing.
no, no. But it's like just if I'm feeling down, I can just look at them and think, okay, this is who I am, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's probably something that definitely does keep me going because
Mm,
even though it is looked down upon, like some people it is a fetish, and some people just wear it for um, comfort reasons or same as me. It's like I wouldn't want to change a thing about it, not at all, not a chance, because it's been such a wonderful journey and it's been such a wonderful world to explore that
yeah.
I wouldn't want to trade it in for a billion gold bars, for example. That's not something I would want
Yeah.
to do. It's been a one of a kind journey, and it's it's it means more to me than anything in this world. Just to keep it at that, it's very important to me. So
Mm,
that's probably my final message that I've got for everyone listening and or watching.
yeah. No, thank you. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure a lot of people will, in a sense. But
Mm.
No, thank you so much for that. And do you know what? Thank you so much for coming on to the series as well.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah,
I'm
no
really
problem at all.
happy that you're here. It's been a bit of a sad one, but do you know what? Actually, I'm glad because it's amazing to have everybody who's on an amazing journey, but it's also nice to sort of recognize the fact that not everybody's in that stage yet. You know,
I
in
feel like
terms of
it's important for people that they have someone they can relate to,
yeah,
because I
yeah,
think there are more guys in their 20s, early 20s, that are like, oh wow, this guy is in the same boat as me. I'm not the only one.
yeah,
And that is something I lacked when I started. So I'm hoping I can be that figure
yeah,
for other people now. And I would love for me to be able in this community to be someone that they can relate to.
yeah,
Like, oh, because I can't be that figure, or I didn't have that figure. Maybe I can be that for someone else. And that would do me
mm,
a lot of good personally. So I think that will, I just hope someone out there in the world, even if it's just one, I can make one person smile and think, huh,
yeah.
I I can relate to someone. So if I can just one person out there, this one is for you. So that's all I have for today.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you. Oh God. No, thank you. No, seriously, thank you so much. It's been a very interesting one. And like I said, I'm so grateful the fact that you're here
Yeah.
and you're sharing your journey and your story. And obviously there's gonna be more to come, of
Yep.
course.
Yep.
So it's one of those, I'd love to have you back on here at some point, whenever obviously you're ready as well, because I never like to push people, but
No,
whenever you're
no.
ready and you've progressed in your journey and you would love to share it, would be so happy to have you back as
Oh,
well.
I would love to call you again sometime. I would really love to. Yeah.
It'd be so amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, right, I'm just conscious of time now, and
Yeah.
whatnot. But thank you so much for being on here. And
Thank you for
yes,
having me.
we'll be seeing you hopefully soon.
Yeah.
But
We
thank you so
you probably
much.
will. And thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
I'm sure of it. All right,
And
thank
thanks
you
again for
so
having me.
much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye bye.